Hello, my name is Braxton Thornley, and I'm a senior technology trainer here at UEN. Now today, I want to talk a little bit about Nearpod reports, because Nearpod reports are the really powerful element inside of Nearpod that allows you to take your really engaging, interactive lessons and then also utilize them as a form of formative assessment. Because all of the things that your students are doing inside of Nearpod, whether they're playing a game or maybe answering a question or contributing to a Collaborate board, no matter what it is, Nearpod is gathering data on how they're performing and how they're participating, and you can access all of that data to make sure that you have insights into how your students are doing and what gaps still exist in their knowledge and skills. So let's take a moment to look at how you can find those reports inside of Nearpod. All right, so you can see that I am on the home page of my Nearpod account, and I'm going to start by clicking on my menu option in the upper left-hand corner, and you can see that reports are listed there in the menu, and that's how I'm going to access the reports for all of the lessons that I've ever taught in Nearpod. Additionally, though, I can go to any lesson in my library and click on those three little dots and click Review Reports, and that will give me the reports for that specific lesson. So depending on how you want to access the data, you have two different routes. Today we're going to start by going to the menu and selecting reports. And this will pull up a list of all of the lessons that I've taught in Nearpod. Today we're going to look at this one here, which is actually a lesson that I taught at the Utah Rural Schools Conference a few weeks ago. And you'll see that there are two different sessions listed here. Both are live participation. One had 10 students and one had 1 student because it was a practice session. But I can go ahead and click on that link, and that's going to take me to the full report of everything that happened during that lesson. Now I'm going to start on the summary report, which gives me an overview of how my students did and what they participated in. Now you can see the names have been blurred out here, but you get a sense of the multiple activities that are used inside of the lesson and whether or not students completed those activities. I can also open up an activity report, which will break down my students' engagement by each of the activities that are in the lesson. So you can see we're on the pull activity right now, but I can change it to the drawed activity and I can get data on how the students or the participants did with this drawed activity. And I can see a preview of all of their responses here. But if I wanted to, I can also go down and click on one of these and it will open up a larger view for me to see. Now, in addition to the activity reports, I also have these student reports that are right here. And student reports are going to give me data by student. Now, again, the student information has been blurred out, but typically you would see that right here on the screen. After I have selected a student that I want to look at, I can scroll through the full report for that student and see all of their responses in the lesson. Additionally, with any of these reports, I have the ability to then click on this download button that's in the upper right-hand corner here. And you can see that I can download the entire lesson report, or I can download individual student reports, whatever works best for me. Either way, you can see there is a host of data that I can find inside of Nearpod on how my students are doing, what they're doing really well with, what they're struggling with, where they're engaged, where they're not engaged, and I could use that information to inform instruction. Now, hopefully you have an understanding of where you can find reports inside of Nearpod. Now again, the powerful parts of reports are that they allow you to inform your instruction moving forward. So now not only are your students engaged during the lesson as they're answering questions, interacting with games, and so on and so forth, but you as the teacher also have the ability to see how they've done so that you know where you need to go and what gaps you still have to fill. Hopefully the reports can then be used to help you inform your instruction and figure out what exactly your students need in order to be successful.